Welcome back to the channel. So I had made an earlier script for this video, and while the name of the channel is Rambling Browns, I had to like rethink that entire script and that entire video because at first I was kind of like, I actually don't know what to think, but now. And I let it cool off for like an extra day or two because I didn't want to speak on it immediately. It was a completely different like vibe. It was this one's gonna be a little more streamlined. Um, and I think I got a better thought on him. So, unlike the John Harbaugh video, I feel as if Mike McDaniels is a good hire choice. Um, with John Harbaugh, I feel like he's gonna set you up for a first round exit. With Mike McDaniel, it's kind of like a quarterback with potential. I can see him working out. I can see him evolving to a certain point to get you past the first round, get you past the second round, hell to a Super Bowl. But I I think talent alone. I think his main thing is, and I mean, yeah, pretty much. I really do think talent. Like you need to surround him with It's kind of like Tua in a sense. You kind of gotta already have some established talent, and I really wanted to see Mike McDaniel's with someone like Justin Herbert or someone who's just more surefire who can work around less talent. Cause I don't think we saw like we did see it these last what year and some change now that I mean things can go wrong pretty easily with with coaches like him, but that's fine. I just think you gotta get him a different change of scenery and see how he does under let's be for real. Miami has a shit show of an owner, and I wouldn't want to be 10 feet near him because like Jimmy Haslam is just as bad, but he's been more hands off and letting the GM, who's pretty good. I mean, I would say he's pretty good so far. At this stuff. So I think it would be just a different vibe if he went to Cleveland. Um, I would just be leery of his drafting and his kind of weak, like his offensive philosophy is a lot of misdirection, a lot of confusion. Which I mean, yeah, that seems like every scheme. But at this current moment, he's really good at making you be like, who's gonna be here and motioning, and basically the total opposite of what the Browns' offense has been. Like you're gonna get a lot. You're gonna in the beginning, it's gonna be a lot of confusion for opposing defenses, and that's what I want to see. I want to see us get a more easier time getting up the field, but I'm just not sure that like I feel like if you hire him, you have to really make sure you get as much talent. And I'm talking about like staying at the sixth pick, picking up some like really good talent. Like I feel like you need really good skill players to run it because we have Hero Fan, we have Quinshawn, and that's also another thing with the scheme stuff. Because I just feel like his scheme isn't really, it's adjustable, but I feel like I don't have as many counter punches as it should have. I feel like it's explosive until you figure out what's making it explode, and then once you find the detonation code, it's basically over. Cause it just seems like it dries up, and plus Cleveland's a very cold weather team, and I just don't know if he'll do well with his schemes if you don't like. I think that's kind of bullshit in my opinion. I just feel like as if his schemes just dry up. Well, it's not bullshit, but it's kind of bullshit. I feel like his schemes just dry up because you run out of things to do near the playoffs. That's the reason why they didn't really have that much success. And it's just the later you get in the season, the more counter punches team figure out. And if you can't counter, you kind of get exposed. I really think the weather thing is kind of bullshit a little bit. But I just don't think his scheme is meant for like a Cleveland. You need to be aggressive. You got to make your own line. You got to make sure your O line's strong, and you got to be adaptable. If it's called for misdirections, and the run game has been our biggest issue, so I think he would help. But as soon as they figure it out, you don't have the strength to just run like certain things because his O line relies on a lot of gap, a lot of movement. And while I do think the Browns is set up to be like, all you gotta do is replace a few pieces on that O line, and I think we can make it work. But I mean, I just feel like you like to be more stable. You need to get a strong O line, and I'm just not sure in him. As you can see, I'm rambling because I'm figured out my thoughts on him, but it's not really coherent enough for me to really give it to y'all the best way. But what I'm basically trying to say is Mike McDaniels is a good choice, but I have some very, very concerning questions about his scheme because I just don't want to end up in a situation to where it gets stale with Skavancy again, all because he doesn't have good counter punches. I need to see if we hire him. I need a checklist. One, the first thing I need to see is that he can get talent. He can collect talent. He can figure out what to use He can figure out, like, basically, you got a six pick, do something with it and make it a home run. And if you trade back, do something with it, make it a home run. Next thing I need to see is a scheme. It feels like as if you're like, I want to go to training camp this season and feel like as if I'm like like I'm just watching everything and I'm like, wow, I didn't predict that, or like it just doesn't feel predictable and it feels a little different. And three, just keep the peace in the house. You know, make sure no one's like super duper duper mad. Make sure the players stay happy. It kind of like the Kevin Stefanski thing, where people thought he was bad at people stuff. No, he kept the locker room happy somehow. He somehow kept these people motivated. Like I don't know how, but he kept them motivated. So that's just what I want to see from from McDonald, McDaniel, whatever his name is. But yeah, that's all I'm really looking for. Other than that, that's it for today's video. I hope y'all was able to understand my point with why I would probably hire him. Y'all have a good day, and I'm signing out.